Okay, we're back. We're going to try to finish up section 1.3 here. It's going to be all about using linear equations to solve real-life problems. A lot of these problems are going to have variables on both sides. With that, let's get started. Okay, number 17. You and your friend drive toward each other. The equation 50h equals 190 minus 45h represents number h of hours until you and your friend meet. When will you meet? So it's kind of cookie cutter here. I think they got the training wheels on for you yet because they're giving you the equation. All we have to do is solve. I notice that there are variables on both sides, so I'm going to move all to one side. This time I've just chosen it to be the left side. So if I divide both sides, do an inverse operation, I get h equals 2. The second problem I feel would be a lot better problem if they wouldn't have done all the work for you. This is more than enough information, but instead they go ahead and write out the equation for you. The equation 1.5r plus 15 equals 2.25r, and then plus nothing, represents r number R of movies you must rent to spend the same amount of time at each movie store. How many movies must you rent to spend the same amount? Same being why we have the equal sign there. So all that being said, we should go ahead and solve this. This time I'm going to take all the R's to the right hand side. 15 equals 0.75 R. Do an inverse operation. And get 20. To be the exact same, we should be at 20 movie rentals. Okay, now we get a little bit better, I think. Write and solve an equation to find a month when you would pay the same total amount for the internet service. All right, I want to compare what we did last problem with this problem. So they had R for number of movie rentals. This time we can go X equals number of months. The reason we're trying to find the month. So now, installation fee, we should only get charged once. So let's think we want to figure out the same total amount. So when is company A equal to company B? All right, so company A equation, installation 60 plus. Installation fee happens one time, whether you go for 10 months or whether you go for 1 month. The $42.95 you pay every single month that you keep it. So same idea on the other side. Installation fee pay once, $49.95 you pay every month. So a couple things to notice here just in general. Higher installation fee, lower installation fee. So we should go with company B, right? Well, it depends because over time you're saving, say, what, $7 extra bucks? This is $7 less every month. So even though this is cheaper right here, we might be able to catch up in the long haul. And what we're going to do when we solve this out is see just how long that long haul is. So if we start working on getting all the variables to one side and everything else to the other, then divide by 7 to finish, we'll find out that after 5 months, the cost savings on installation is completely caught up for by the cost savings per month. If you go exactly 5 months, it doesn't matter which company you choose. One serving of granola provides 4% protein. You need daily. You must get the remaining 48 grams of protein from other sources. How many grams of protein do you need daily? One serving of granola. So if we need 100% daily, we subtract out 4%. Means we still need 96%. You must get the remaining 48 grams. So 96% must be the same as the remaining 48. So that's 90% X. We don't know X, the total amount of protein. But essentially with this information here, we can say 96% of our total amount must equal 48. So then when we divide both sides by 96, it seems like the answer is 50 grams. I'm sure I'm setting that one up wrong because this question's from a section with variables on both sides, and I just did it without doing it on both sides, but we'll see. Oh, the value of the surface area is equal to the value of the volume of the cylinder. Find the value of X. A cylinder has a volume of base times height. So area of base and then height. So the first thing we look at in number 31 is we need to find the area of the base. And being it's a cylinder, it's a circle. So area of a circle equals pi r squared. So we should be able to go pi 2.5 squared. So the area of this base should be 6.25 pi. And then if we multiply it by x, because of our height, that equals the volume. Now the surface area of a cylinder we have two circles, top and bottom, so we're going to go 2 times pi r squared plus the height, the lateral surface, so these that go all the way around the side there, the lateral surface, that ends up, if you would cut it, would be a rectangle where it would be the height times the circumference of the circle, so 2 pi r. If you don't know anything else, just know how to crank this formula. So if we go 2.5 squared times 2, so this should be 12.5 pi plus 2 times 2.5, 5 pi x should be our surface area. Now, putting it all together, right, we should be able to set 6.25 pi x, the volume, equal to 12.5 pi plus 5 pi x, the surface area, because it says they're equal to each other, and then start to solve. So 5 minus 5 pi x minus 5 pi x should be at 1.25 pi x equals 12.5 pi. Divide both sides by 1.25 pi. get 12.5 divided by 1.25. And it should get x equal to 10. So the height of this thing should be x equals 10. Okay, keeping all that in mind, let's see if we can repeat it with 32. So now, if you notice on this one, the red line right there implied that it's a radius. Now this thing is implying that this is a diameter. So what I'm going to do is take 7 1/5, turn it into a decimal, which is 7.2, and then divide it by 2, and figure out that the radius is 3.6 feet, just so that I can use all the same formulas that I was using. So the area of the base, A equals pi r squared. So I'm going to take 3.6 squared, get 12.96 pi, which is the area of the base, times x. So here is our volume. Now let's find our surface area. So 2 pi times 3.6 squared plus x times 2 pi times 3.6. So let's simplify this a little bit. 3.6 squared is 12.96 times 2. So this should be 25.92 pi plus 2 times 3.6, 7.2 pi x. This should be the surface area. So if we set it equal, go 12, 2.96 don't sound right, 12.96. What happened to all my writing? 12.96 pi. Do I have to start over on the surface area? It kind of looks like. I'm not sure what happened to all my writing there, y'all. So 2 pi r plus x times 2 pi r for a surface area. Trying again, 2 pi times 3.6 squared plus x times 2 pi times 3.6. 3.6 squared times 2, 25.92 pi plus 7.2 pi x. So let's set these two things equal to each other. 25.92 pi plus 7.2 pi x equals 12.96 pi x. So if I minus 7.2 pi x over, then I get 25.92 pi equal to, let's see, 12.96 minus 7.2, 5.76 pi x. If I divide both sides by 5.76 pi, get a healthy little x equals 4.5. Pretty heavy there, but if you stuck with it, more power to you. A cheetah that is running 90 feet per second is 120 feet behind an antelope that is running 60 feet per second. How long will it take the cheetah to catch up? So in 33 here, we don't know the number of seconds that it's going to be running. We want to have the cheetah equal to the antelope. So we know the cheetah is running 90 feet per second. So 90 times x, every time it runs another second, gains another 90 feet, but it's 120 feet behind. So I'm going to do minus 120 equals 60 feet per second x for the antelope. We want to know when they're equal. So we should say that cheetah is going to catch that antelope for a tasty lunch after 4 seconds. A cheetah can run at top speed for only about 20 seconds. If an antelope is too far away for a cheetah to catch it in 20 seconds, the antelope is probably safe. Your friend claims the antelope in exercise 33 will not be safe if the cheetah starts 650 feet behind it. Is your friend correct? So what I'm going to do is take the same equation as up here, but instead of minus 120, I'm going to make 650. So 90x minus 650 equals 60x minus 90x from both sides. Okay, when I solve that out, I get 21.6 repeating. It says the cheetah can only run at top speed for 20 seconds. And it looks like it would take 21.6 repeating seconds just to catch. So, is your friend correct when he says it will not be safe? I would say no, not correct. And it says explain. Well, my math's my explanation. Getting closer. Okay, last problem. The table and the graph show information about students enrolled in Spanish and French classes at high school. Use the graph to determine after how many years there will be equal enrollment. So if we see on this graph the student number of students enrolled, and we see where they intersect, because then that's the exact same number. Sure looks like it's at 306 years. How does the equation 355 minus 9x equal 229 plus 12x? How does that relate? Well, let's go ahead and solve it out and just see what kind of magic happens. And if we solve it all the way down, guess what? We have the exact same answer. This is kind of a foray almost into systems of equations. Notice where this equation comes from. 355 minus 9x, 9 fewer students. Start at 355 minus 9 students. Start at 229 and gain 12. So there are two different ways to solve this problem. You can make a graph or you can write an equation and solve. Either way, we're out here for section 1.3. Thanks for hanging on till the end. See you in the next video.